Well, good morning, Diesel.
Good morning, Lammagin. Can you stab that can with the knife just before we get started?
Well, yes, Diesel. Is that how you like to drink?
Stab it in the side, please.
Well, I got the top. Are you doing well? You seem very unwell.
Lammagin, I'm always unwell. My diet is raw robin, raw cardinal, raw blue jay, and even I've had a couple of finches. Do they call them? Are they still called finches? Are they still allowed to say that?
You are still allowed to say that, Diesel. And it's still politically correct to call them finches.
Well, thank God, who I believe in. And Lammagin, why did God make finches?
God made finches because that is my animal. Is that yummy?
Slow down.
Okay, well, you need
I
to
haven't
speed up.
drank alcohol.
Maybe you need to speed up a little
I
bit.
haven't drank alcohol in 10 years, Lammagin. You don't know what you just did.
Den Life, Part 1.
Welcome to the Little Lion's Den. Just a great episode we have ready for everyone. And actually, I'm looking for Lammagin, and I truly don't know where he is. It's hard for me the way I'm designed, my body. It's hard for me to look, and it's hard for me to seek what I'm always looking for. And right now, I'm looking for my co-host Landon Lammagin.
Oh, Diesel! Little
Lamma.
Diesel!
Lamma.
Over here!
Lammagin.
Right here, Diesel!
Oh, Lammagin.
Yes, I'm right here, and I've been here the whole time.
Well, that's great to hear because I can't do it alone. I hate having to say that to you. Lammagin, can you get back in your chair? It's disgusting. You look so disgusting down there.
The dinner bell rang and the fallacy freaked. It's time to intrude upon someone's new beginning.
Get back in your chair. Get the hell out of my
All right.
area. This is disgusting. You smell like a fish.
Good morning, Diesel. Ladies and gentlemen.
That's how we say good morning.
That's how we say good morning
morning.
in here. And when I say in here, I'm saying that you're in the Little Lion's Den. This is our most gentlemanly club. It's for two men, Diesel and Little Diesel. I'm sorry. I realize I always call you Diesel, but you're Little. You're Little Diesel.
Well, you made the nickname, Lammagin. Oh, Lammagin, tell the story about how I
I'm
got
not
the
going to
nickname.
tell the story. Little Diesel always has me tell the story about why his nickname is Little Diesel, but I'm not going to do it, not yet.
Not today.
Not yet, and not today. You're making a fool of yourself over there with only one beard on your
You look
throat.
so stupid. You look
Making
like a
your-
fool.
Well, you look like a fool. I'm just so happy to live where we live in Little Lion's Den. It's just a place for you and me.
It's the end of the line, Lammagin. We made it home.
We made it our home, and I am just so glad that there's the idea of maybe inviting some other people to share in our glory. Just men being us. This is
Yes.
the only place where you can be
We can
yourself.
just be a man, just be a guy. And you're right, Lammagin.
There's
it's
nothing
rare.
like this.
There's nothing in the world like what we have.
Like, you could just plop there, I can sit here, and we can just chat.
It's
There's nothing like it.
I'd like to say this, Lammagin. I just said it just now, and I'd like to say it again. This is the end of the line, Lammagin.
What do you think we can do to get people to come to this location more often?
Well, we do a lot of stuff, Lammagin. We try cigarettes, we try food, we try
play with
cooking.
bugs. We did things with bugs.
Well, have you ever tried asking people from outside, or calling, or faxing, or whatever?
Yes. I think people are afraid of me. I just think that they don't like the way I look or act. I act very rude. Yeah. Okay. They just don't like me, so I feel like we need to get some training here. We gotta get Little Lion's Den to be a place for men. How do we make this a fraternal organization for men? So people can enjoy what we're doing right now? Like, I'm having so much fun with you these past minutes.
Well, it's a little too loose, and that's the problem. There's not enough. There's no paperwork. So there's no.
Well, you just don't sound.
contracts.
Diesel, let me
No,
cut you
don't
off.
just
You
put
don't
your
really
name on
sound
a
like
piece
you
of
know what
paper.
you're talking
No,
about.
You don't know anything.
Diesel,
You
you're just
you can't
answering
just
the
put your-
question to
you-
answer it.
You can't just put a bunch of paperwork on a table and sign where it says to sign your name, Lammagin.
Well, Diesel, don't be upset, but I did invite a friend.
We'll bring him out if
Well,
he's here.
Okay,
if
but
he's that
please
guy
don't be
over there.
rude. Don't be rude to him. Don't be jealous. He's an acquaintance, not a friend. And I don't want people to think that they have what we have, because we share a very
Lammagin,
special connection.
Every time we have a guest, you don't have to worry about me being jealous. I'm a grown man.
But,
Look at me. Look at me. I'm a grown man.
Diesel, sometimes I think that I have so much fun with you, like these past couple minutes, that I just don't know if I ever want to see anybody again. Sometimes I think that I just want to murder you and make you my little dead buddy. Do you think that's wrong of me to say?
Sorry, what?
Let's bring out the guest. His name, Diesel, I think you said it was Rob, or did you say it, or he said it? It was Roberts.
I didn't
Robertson.
say anything because I didn't know you had a guest in here, so.
Well, I should have said something to myself, because I can't seem to remember his name. But I'm gonna make him comfy here. Let me just get the seat.
Oh, he's gonna sit in your seat.
Oh, sure. Yeah, he can do that. Okay. All right, sir. Roberts.
Ford.
Yeah.
Good. Here he is, little Diesel.
It's Ford. It's Ford.
Ford.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's Ford.
Like the car. Your father liked the cars.
Yeah, it's a funny story actually. My father opened a Ford plant. Passaniski in New Jersey. He opened that plant, and I guess here we are today.
And so he's kind of like a pick him up by his bootstraps type story, your father.
I mean, the guy, he didn't wear shoes, so I don't know if I would. Equate
But
it
you know,
to
you've
that
heard
way.
the expression, right?
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
a new
yeah.
expression, is it?
I have some complaints today.
I
First
love
of
to
all,
hear them. They're always so interesting.
Diesel, I'm down to 2 knives. 1, 2. Can you count with me? 1, 2.
Lammagin, you know I have no rhythm.
But Diesel, it's just not enough. There's 1 for you and 1 for me. That's not enough, because we have more people coming. So you've spent some time with men.
Oh, absolutely. On the plant, in the field.
What's it like? It just feels like this, doesn't it?
With men? Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes there's a couple more neon signs. Maybe pinball.
Diesel, you hear
Something
this?
about this makes
It makes me
just feels
just
right.
dance. It
It's-
just makes me want to dance.
everything about this conversation so far is so realistic. Is that the right word? Realistic?
I would say realistic. It's a real accurate portrayal of what it's like just to be out there amongst brothers.
Do you feel like you're something special for being invited to the Little Lion's Den?
I mean, I don't think that there's something myself for it. I don't think there's something special about me, but I thought there was something special about
This
you
place?
specifically. And when I found out it was called the Little Lions, then it really spoke to me because I have a connection to the den life, I guess you would say.
Diesel?
Yes, Lammagin.
Our fathers killed each other in the Vietnam War. 2. Let's have some fun with food. 3.
Thank you for bringing all these flies and crap into my house.
4. This isn't over. This isn't over.
Mommy's here, Lammagin. What about the animal? Not just the den, but the animal.
The lion?
The lion, yes.
Yeah, it's okay. Since the beginning of some of those movies, though, the old ones.
Old
There are some old movies,
I
old
watched
lion
a lot.
movies.
Oh, the old king movies.
Yeah, I'm like a James Cameron kind of guy, so I don't really.
No, it's come again.
Diesel.
James Cameron.
Come again. I'm
We've
not
never
familiar
seen
with
a
Pop.
movie.
I'm not familiar with
I don't
Pop.
do that.
James Cameron is a director who also was in a personal underwater vehicle, went to the bottom of the Marianas Trench. One of the propellers went out, and they had to fish him out. It's very deep down there. He saw a lot of creatures, bioluminescence, things like that. And he made a movie about it. It was called Titanic. It's about ships that just don't work right. And
Could you
I
wait?
just
Can we
wait,
back
back
up?
up
Hey,
here.
wait.
Diesel.
Hey, we're gonna do this
I
every
think
time
we're
I have
gonna-
a question.
I think you and I are about to say something very similar.
I think I'm gonna say something that I'm gonna regret to you.
Oh, I was going to say something slightly rude to our guest.
Oh, I was gonna just ask him to explain what it. Just a simple question to back up. Because I want to know what is a trench.
the trench is
Oh, that's not what I was going to ask.
I mean, that's kind of
I didn't
a loaded
think so.
question. So a trench is like, all right. So let's start with the concept of a wrench. All right. So a wrench is something.
That was gonna be my next question. Is a trench a wrench?
Yes. You when you use a wrench, you typically make a hole in something. So you take the wrench and you turn it around very, 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 very quickly, and then you have a hole. And
So it's kind of like a hammer.
Absolutely. And trench comes from the Latin. You put a T in it, and T in Latin means totally. So totally wrench, trench. That's a very deep hole.
How
Very
long
deep
have they been
hole.
saying the word trench? Totally longer than they've been saying the word trench.
Well, it comes from T from total, which is Latin.
Sir, I'm so sorry to be rude, but you don't really think there's creatures underwater?
There's several, hundreds.
Oh, you've never been
Hundreds
fishing.
of species.
You've never been fishing.
I hardly even believe there's fish. I've gone fishing and I didn't catch a thing. And
That's
now
why I don't
hardly
believe there's fish.
Were you in the Marianas Trench? Where were you fishing? Let's start with
I've
that.
never.
The Cuyahoga River, you
Caught a
might have not
fish.
known.
That's the one that in the WKRP Cincinnati show, yeah?
Yes, I see them in the movies, but there's no fish in the creeks and lakes.
I find it hard to believe that there's anything living in the water.
I find it hard to believe that there's anything living in the water. I find it hard to believe that there's anything living in the water.
Newsline,
News
bits.
We'll
tell you about it, but you won't believe it. Newsline.
News bits.
Folks, it's unbelievable the things that they can do these days. Lay flat on your back, put you way up high in the sky, and shoot you straight to Africa, to the moon, wherever you want to go. Because all you need to be comfortable is to lay flat like this gentleman. Have your TV on, have your suit on, have your food next to you, and you're living. You don't need anything. You don't need anything at all besides that. You can put me in a tube and I'd be happy. That's why this is news. This man is just in a compartment. They just put him in a tube and ship him off wherever he needs to be, and he wakes up when he's at the business meeting. So, folks, when you're listening to me speak, please know that all I need is what this man has. And everything that he has is the things that I don't have. So my needs have not been met. So what you need to know when you look at this image is that this is hot news. This is current. This is fresh, and you need to be aware. And if you are having a hard time believing it, well, maybe you should do a hard stop thinking about it and do some looking at it.
They made a donkey combine with a zebra, and you don't think that it matters that they did this, but if they can combine those two animals, they can combine pretty much any animal. They could combine a frog with a fish. Wouldn't that be funny? A fish with little legs, quite pretty different. They can combine a human with a monkey, so that's a lot of fur for a human. That'd be very crazy. They could only seemingly make animals combined that are similar, so they can make a pig and combine it with a warthog. As you see, I have a little dehydrated warthog in my little case. But that's a zebra. They combined it with a jackass, and it's got half a tail, and you can see the bone a little bit through the tail. It's breaking news.
Jungled mountains and lab rat politics. Who do you think they're fooling? You?
Well, all I know, Diesel, the only thing I know about knives is that you need many, and many, many more than two.
Men. You said men.
Yes, I did.
That's where I feel like the word many comes from.
Yes. I really like
Many
that
men.
theory. And ladies and gentlemen,
many men.
when I said
There were,
many,
hey, Lammagin,
Diesel,
there were many, many men before me.
and there will be many, many men after you.
To follow.
But never, Diesel, no one will ever fill your shoes. And you know what? I've never said this to you, but I hope you never die.
Well, that's thoughtful.
I
But
hope you
Lammagin,
never
even I
die.
can't make that promise to you, and as much as I'd love to make that promise, Lammagin, I hope you do die someday, because you'll get so old and sick of it all. How old are you, like 200?
60, 800, I don't even know, 12.
Better
I'm
not to
12
say.
years old.
Better not to say. That would be funny if you were a little kid, though. That would be funny.
It would be very funny if I was just a little kid. After all this time, after all we've been through, and I'm just a little kid. Well, then
It
this
just
is illegal.
turns out, after all, that I'm 6 years old. I would love that.
You are a cute little kid. You don't know much, Diesel.
I
You're
don't-
spilling out into the table. You probably got high blood pressure, and you got all kinds of disorders. Diesel, cancer's right around the corner.
It's like the Grim Reaper waiting outside that door right now. Saying, yoo-hoo, yoo-hoo, you're next.
You're disgusting, and your death is imminent. Sometimes when I talk to the Grim Reaper, he tells me about the funny ways he's found bodies. It just makes me laugh when
Just
he tells me
upside
how
down
many.
under a bridge.
Well,
like a
it's
troll.
yeah,
Lammagin, a dead
yeah,
body
like
under a
troll.
bridge like a
It's like a
troll.
troll and a dead goat on top. The three dead goats.
Just laughing.
Yes, just
like
laughing.
Dead laughing goats.
Jackals. He's talked about dead jackals because the Grim Reaper actually gets all the animal bodies too. He gets all the
catches the
animal
jackals.
bodies. No, but sometimes when the Grim Reaper's telling me these things, it's not how they died, it's how many. That's what makes me laugh. It's just the amount of people and animals who have died. It's just a lot.
He's
It's
like-
a lot more than you would think.
He says, my arms are full with dead bodies. I'm
Yes.
just running around saying, you're going to hell, you're
Yes.
going to hell.
It's
And
you-
most
and you-
animals-
yes,
You want to say it or
Yes.
should I?
you
Most animals
go
go to
to. Well, Diesel, that's elementary, my dear Diesel.
because they operate off instinct, Lammagin.
Yes.
Men have feelings and we have distractions and women.
You're so masculine when you speak about being a man,
Oh,
Diesel.
when you get me started, when you talk about Grim Reaper, I will talk about being a man.
We're getting way off track here because
I didn't
really.
come here to argue. I just
It's
wanted to.
so
I wanted to have a good
uncomfortable.
time. I met this gentleman, and he said that we would have a good time, not arguing.
Well, can I ask you something? Just because
I'm an open book. I'm an open book.
Thank you. What did you like about me when you met me?
You had a good vibe. You had a good energy to you. You were kind of, I guess the term would be sprightly. You were buoyant. You were very, you were almost like floating, like on the surface, like a buoy of some sort. And I found that, in a spiritual cosmic way, in like a Carl Jungian way, I found that we maybe were connected through, some sort of universal grid system. Perhaps.
Yes, I understand, and I think when I met you, that I felt like we were just two guys having a talk.
Having a talk, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly, yeah. That was part of it too.
There's just so much of that.
Absolutely.
So much. So
Totally,
I just
totally,
can't quite get
totally.
comfortable. Diesel, I'm panicking. Okay, so what can you tell us about I don't know. Diesel, why is he here? Diesel, why did we ask him here again?
Your chairs.
Oh, Diesel. Oh,
The
you're
Lamb-
falling asleep. I know the man talks. The
just-
man talks. Oh, Diesel, I don't think I have much time left in this shell, my husk. I call
You
my
aren't
body.
doing well. You are much of a husk these days. You are much more of a husk than a man.
I'm just not much of anything anymore, Diesel. I'm feeling ill. I'm feeling malnourished, deteriorated. Haven't drank or eaten in a good, I'd say 6 months.
Well, you've
I
got a
haven't
wife
eaten-
with a problem, and
Well, my wife, that's my wife. But Diesel, I am not joking when I say that I have not eaten a morsel of food in 6 months. And so what I just did was drink some beer, and that has wheat in it, so that's food, I guess. But when it comes down to it, Diesel, I feel as though my health is suffering greatly. And I feel as though you don't care about me. And I feel as though know that you don't care about me, or know that that's not true. Wait till you get a load of me.